Sherry and I are off on our one.
Alright, once again, welcome aboard the Dolly Steamboat here on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon. We do have to go over some required safety procedures at this time, so we will be closing the snack bar. No, we're not. I've got an extra person. Jan's at the snack bar. Never mind. Scratch that. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Ron Spence. I will be your captain and narrator today. I do hold a 100-ton U.S. Coast Guard master license. And we are going to go over required safety procedures at this time. So those of you that are downstairs, stay clear of Barb. She gets a little wild with her arms as we do. Alrighty. We just had a bald eagle fly around the corner over here. We'll get over here. I bet I know where it went. I got a pretty good idea. Where it went. Okay. As you look around, you can see the volcanic nature of this area. All of it, Central Arizona, was formed by volcanic activity, and this area is no exception. 3 supervolcanoes deposited well at the top, thousands of feet thick, and the forces of nature have eroded its way down to its present level, very much the same way the Colorado River has formed the Grand Canyon. Now we do have 3 rivers feeding 7 different lakes around the Phoenix Valley. Out west we have the Agua Fria, that supplies water to Lake Pleasant. The Verde River to the north feeds Parkland and Horseshoe Lakes, and to the east there is the Salt River. That supplies water for Roosevelt, Apache, Canyon, and Saguaro Lake. This water resource is used for irrigation, water, electric power, and recreation. Off of our port side, or left-hand side on the far distance, that large concrete structure out there, that is our dam, Orman Flat Dam. That dam was completed in 1925. It stands 224 feet tall, and it was named after the community established here in the late 1800s, the Mormons. They migrated to this area, built a tent city right here in the bend of the river. There were about 4,000 people that lived out here for close to 11 years. Other excellent parents tending to the nests, taking care of the eggs and then helping to raise the young together. The young will get that familiar white head, white tail to about 5 years old. Up until that time, they look very similar to a golden eagle. Now, the bald eagle that flew around the corner, it is actually, if you look in the sky, from the nest, come right in the skyline. See the V in the skyline? Basically at the center of the V, just kind of come down. It actually has its rear end towards us right now. There, it just turned its head. It's eating something. I was trying to look through my binoculars to see what it was eating, but I could not make out what. Oh, there it turned. There. Happy birthday to Bob, who was starting point. From there, we're going to come left just about 10 feet and then up about 10 feet. 10 feet being the height of a basketball goal. Don't get too carried away. Don't look too high. Those upstairs, you're actually looking slightly downward. Now, what are you looking for? Circles and round ball-like rocks. Once you start to see a few of the circles and round ball-like rocks on the rock face, look around, you'll see there are thousands of them scattered all over. And what you are seeing there are the buttons of petrified trees along with geodes and nodules. Petrified wood is created when organic materials have been replaced with minerals while retaining the original structure of the wood. This process occurs and wood becomes buried under sediment and then preserved due to a lack of oxygen. Water deposits minerals to plant cells that takes hundreds if not thousands of years to occur. Manganese, iron, and copper in the mud give petrified wood a variety of colors. Petrified Forest National Park, located in northeastern Arizona. The geodes begin as bubbles in volcanic rock. Over time, the outer shell will harden. Water-containing silica will form or become trapped on the inside walls of that hollow cavity. This precipitation can contain a variety of dissolved silicates, such as quartz, less common, purple amethyst, or black calcite. Nodules don't have a hollow cavity like a geode. Both these rocks can often be found in limestone. And what you do, training something
clear as day. Cool.
Range of the Alps, the Rockies, and the magnificence of the Grand Canyon. And then it adds an indefinable something that none of the others have. Said it is to me the most awe-inspiring and most sublimely beautiful panorama that nature has ever created. Arizona native Rex Allen Jr. had a rather unique way of describing his love for our state. We're going to let him do that. The next song I'm going to play, that is titled Strong Cove. If you look where that fishing boat is, look forward and to the left. See that rock formation along the shoreline? People think that looks like a big bullfrog sitting on a rock. People display the desert varnish to the right and to the left of the frog on the rock. And this area does make for some rather spectacular photographs. Canyon Lake was at the story pass on December 28, 1872. A small tribe of around 100 Yavapai Indians stayed home in a cave about 5 miles upriver from where we are currently at, just about 1,200 feet up north of the cliff. Now, they were accused of pillaging and killing other friendly Indians and settlers in the area, and the cavalry came in and they had a full George truck led by Captain William Brown. That force was composed of 130 troopers joining. We are making our way back into the area of the big elephants that I pointed out earlier. I told you sometimes that elephant is a little bit easier to spot when we're coming in this direction. Off of our right-hand side, we have all the caves along the water's edge. All the caves along the water's edge, right-hand side of the boat. If you go all the way over to the farthest left-hand cave, you see the pillar of rock that runs up and down. You'll see that is the trunk of the elephant. Comes up, you can see its head. You can see an ear. You can even see where a tusk once was. Come back, you've got the front leg, underbelly, rear leg. Great big elephant, made out of rock, passing by on our starboard side here, about 65 or so off of the water's edge. Now, from the elephant made out of rock, if you come forward and down to the water's edge, you'll see a gray area. Below that green lichen-covered rock face, that gray area, look at that as we pass by, and you'll clearly see that is Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now look, you can see his head, his short little front arm, rear legs and tail, disappearing down into the water. Alrighty, we're going to keep our eyes open off of our port side, our left-hand side. We're just about back up to the area where we saw that group of, the second group of bighorn sheep. We had the first grouping, remember they were in the high skyline. I'm hoping they made their way down by the time we get up here a little bit farther. But let's keep our eyes open off of our port side, our left-hand side. The way the boat is designed, that's kind of my blind side for anything down low anyway, so we'll see what we can find. Basically this area that's coming into view over here, slightly out in front of us still, with that large pinnacle of rock that the sun is bouncing off of. If they're still here, we should be just about to the point where we're going to start to see them here. Let's keep our eyes open over here. Alrighty, they're there. There's a white butt just coming from the, if you start at the water's edge and kind of go up, we've got sunshine, then we go into the shade. Right where you go into the shade, on the left side of this big pinnacle of rock that the sun's bouncing off of, has a swirl at the base of it. Over there, watch for movement, watch for the white rins. They're still there. I know they're tough to see. They do a pretty good job of hiding right in plain sight. Oh, look right over here. Okay, see where the pontoon boat is? Go to the shore. There's a whole bunch of them right along the shore. There's a whole bunch of them down here at the shoreline. That's that group that we saw up high. Right over here where this pontoon boat is, just go over to the shore and then kind of up and to the right as well. They're mixed up in here with the white choya. They will look like white choya until they move. There's a few of them down here. That's the ones that were up in the high skyline earlier, I believe. They made their way down right here off of our right-hand side. Okay, you can see where the pontoon is. There's that partially submerged rock in the water there. Just kind of over to the shoreline, and then up over here to the right. There's some more. And there's some more over here off of from that one that's basically right in front of the pontoon boat. Over here to the right, there's some more. We've got the rear end storages right now.
To your right, straight to your right, Sherry.
Yeah.
Right there behind the cactus.
And then we'll keep our eyes open. I bet there's because that group that was in the skyline earlier, there was about 15 in that group. Oh, there's another one just popped his head up. Yeah, if you just, they do a pretty good job of hiding right in plain sight, don't they? You don't see them, then all of a sudden they move, expose that white rear end. It really brings them into view.
Bill, you see it? Yeah, she saw some.
I want to see the scale now. It really is.
Look at no! Paper just landed in there.
Well,
Good.
no, I see three of them right there. What?
There's one right there.
That was there earlier. Kind of watching the sky. Oh, there's still some way up high. There's still a few of them way up there in the skyline. I can see their white rear ends. There's a cluster of choyas here off this point. Just watch up in the skyline up right hand side, way up high. See where there's kind of a green hillside way up there? It's got a lot of choyas. Looks like choyas moving around. Yeah, that's bighorn sheep way up there. And you'll see what looks like choyas moving around. There's a bunch of choya up there. But there's a big group of bighorn sheep up there. Alrighty, we gotta get the boat back. They're gonna think we stole it. I don't really think we're gonna go with it. We can't get off this lake. We're way too tall, way too long, way too wide. We're stuck here. Off of our port side, or left-hand side on the far distance, you see a pinnacle of rock way out there. Almost looks like the tip of a thumb in the far distance in the skyline. Just look at the skyline. Having trouble spotting that? Look along the shore. See where the boat ramp is? Buildings next to it, that's Sheriff's Department. Just go up in the skyline. That is the Weaver's Needle. Now, that's a major landmark here in the Superstition Mountains for many of our treasure legends, including the Jesuit treasures of the 1700s, the Peralta treasures of the 1800s, and of course all the stories told of Jacob Walsh, the lost Dutchman, and his famous gold mine. The Dutchman did say on his deathbed, "The shaft of my mind lies in the shadow of Weaver's Needle."
We gotta take the life jackets off, guys.
Not until we get up here.
Saturday for Mom. I wish you would we've got a no moon night. This is astronomy. So it's pure dark. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
See us again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,